Najeela the Blade Blossom is a 3 mana cost mono red creature card that has an ability that requires all 5 mana costs. That is making her the lowest casting cost commander with all 5 color identities in this format. And that is just the thing, because never in the history of cEDH have you ever seen something as powerful as a partner combination. You can make so good partner combinations and make so good 4-color decks that you don't need to play a 5-color deck. And just look at Thrasis and Tymna, 2 really good low-cost creature cards that offer you 4-color combination. And you can even tweak it a little bit and do this. Now you play the Blood Pod version of Tana and Tymna, skipping out on blue. You're getting so much good stuff with only 4 colors, and that is enough. This partner combination is skipping out on the color of black and is a really strong deck actually, focused around this creature card. This combination is skipping out on the color of white, and from here you can make a lot of different builds. And what 5 color options do we currently have? Well, we have Child of Alara, 1-time use board wipe, Horde of Notions, Elemental Tribal, Sliver Tribal, we have Dragon Tribal, we have this guy, he's kinda cool, Yoda, we have this Dragon Engine, Ramos, and then we have this thing. Now General Tasri might be the best option we currently have. Well, he puts together a cool food chain deck, that is something. The other guys are simply just too expensive, don't offer a straight and good game plan that is going to score you a win in comparison to how good the 4-color options are. That was at least yesterday news, because today we have Najeela Blade Blossom, Lady in Pink. She has 2 impactful abilities. Let's read the first one. Whenever a warrior attacks, you may have its controller create a 1/1 white warrior creature token that is tapped and attacking. Notice that it doesn't say non-token. This means that it will scale infinite. So the first time you attack, you will create 1 token. The second time you attack, you will create 2 tokens. And the third time you attack, you will create 4 tokens. It's scaling quite big. However, this is a bad game plan and should be a backup plan. But in any case, this ability will make Skull Clamp quite auto-included. The Blade Blossom's secondary ability is worded as follows. For 5 mana, 1 of each color, untap all attacking creatures. They gain Trample, Lifelink and Haste until end of turn. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Activate this ability only during combat. Now this ability is quite interesting. It makes it possible for Najeela to go infinite with a bunch of different cards. For example, Sword of Feast and Famine. You start with equipping the item, then you go to combat with your commander, and then you pay 5 mana to activate Najeela's ability, untapping her and granting you a secondary combat phase. Then she deals damage to an opponent and the sword triggers, untapping all your land cards. And then you just repeat, making Sword of Feast and Famine a 1-card combo inside your Najeela the Blade Blossom deck. Another example, Druid's Repository. So we go to combat with 5 creature cards, gaining a shard counter for each creature, 5 shard counters. Now you can consume these shard counters for mana of any color, so we consume all of them to activate Najeela's ability, untapping all creature cards and gaining an extra combat step. This 1-card combination will grant you infinite combat steps. Another example is Darevi Imperial Tacticianer. So we go to combat with these 4 creature cards. Then we activate Najeela's ability by tapping 5 lands. Then we untap all these creature cards and give in an extra combat step. Then each of these 5 creature cards deals damage to an opponent and we untap 5 lands. Boom! Infinite combat steps. We could be using Phyrexian Altar, going to combat with 5 warriors, triggering Najeela and producing 5 more tokens. Then we sacrifice 5 tokens to Phyrexian Altar, gaining 1 mana of each color and activating Najeela's ability and untapping everything and gaining 1 more combat step. However, this is where Lady in Pink's true potential starts to shine. She is a 5-color identity commander, meaning that you can assemble a much stronger win con that I have been showing you right now. Sure, Sword of Feast and Famine, Druid's Repository and Darevi Imperial Tacticianer, and also potentially just swarming with 1/1 tokens forever might be a good win con. But you can go for something much stronger, and a 5-color identity, you can do whatever you want. We could go and play Reanimator, reanimating Rasaket, and Najeela will be producing tokens for days, and Rasaket can produce whatever win con from this as you heart's desire. We could go for Flash, and then Protein Hulk and make whatever Protein Hulk Flash Hulk combo package we want with 5 color identities. Cool. You could have your main win con being Storm with 80 Flux Reservoir. Why not? With 5 color identities we can build a really good Storm deck. Also, I want to point something out. Let's say that an opponent has put Arcane Laboratory into play, making Storm impossible to win with. However, look here, Najeela grants you creature cards lifelink. And by experience, this is something I discovered during playtesting, was that Najeela was able to grant me a lot of life, making my life total above 50, usually something about 60 to 70, and that means that I can kill at least one player with 80 Flux Reservoir, meaning that even if my opponent has an Arcane Laboratory in play, 80 Flux Reservoir is not a dead card inside the deck. I could basically just use this thing to kill the player with Arcane Laboratory, making that go away and then storming off and win with 80 Flux Reservoir. So in the end, this legendary commander's potential is truly great, maybe even too great, because it feels like I'm hitting my head into a wall of what might be the best build for her. In the end, I think this commander is going to be the go-to commander whenever you're building a 5 color good stuff build, and then just tweaking a little bit, adding some extra cards into the build for synergy with her. But don't worry, I did put something together. In the description below you can find 3 links to 3 different Najeela Blade Blossom tapped out page decks. And each one of them is basically the 3 things I've been talking about in this video. 1 build for Flash Hulk, 1 build for Reanimator, and 1 build for Storm. I don't think you should combine. You could combine the Flash Hulk and the Reanimator. I don't know if that's going to be good. You might be overdoing it. Adding too much win cons into your build might be a bit too much. In the end, I think you should go for 1 of them, and then just have backup plans with Najeela Sword of Feast and Famine and other stuff I have been showing you previously. Regardless of what build you're going for, this is something I do want to recommend, is staying away from creature builds, such as Mana Dogs and activated control cards of Scavenging Ooze, but also hate bears in general like Edeswan Canonist. Because it is not a question of if, it is a question of when a board wipe, whatever form humanly possible you could think of, will happen. And when it does, it will throw you back to the Stone Age of turn 1. But also, quite popular is Cursed Totem, preventing creature activated abilities. So if your game plan is to control the board state with hate bears, such as Scavenging Ooze and other examples, and then winning with Najeela in some form of swarming infinite combat way, then Cursed Totem will shut both things down, and you wanna be a little bit more resilient with your playstyle. You wanna have backup plans that work around a lot of different problems. So you wanna have a build that is resilient and not that effective to board wipes, creature removal or mass creature removal, because you're already going to be a creature deck as long as your commander is Najeela, even if you have no creature inside your deck. So board wipes will still be good, but they shouldn't be that extremely good against you. I am not saying that you should avoid creature cards altogether. For example, Edric, Spymaster, Trest and Tymna have proven to be quite good inside this deck during playtesting. I do think they might be auto-included. I am also not saying that you shouldn't be able to play stacks, as long as it's not creature stacks, such as hate bears. You could still play something like Smokestack. I think Smokestack could be utilized inside this deck due to the fact that we are producing so much token that we can sacrifice onto this smoke bomb. But in any case, I do think that your mana production and mana ramp should come from artifacts, like Mox Amber. We do have a bunch of low costing card, legendary creature cards inside this deck, like Tymna, Tarevi and Edric Spymaster of Trest. Also, Najeela do cost only 3 mana, so we're going to have her out quite a lot and quite fast. Mox Amber will only produce red mana from her though, but it's still going to be good enough. And that is pretty much it of this video. I thank you so much for bearing with me and watching this. And I want to add in that I am actually quite excited. I think Najeela is going to be extremely fun piloting and putting together. I think I'm going to put together a lot of different decks with her and just trying them out. And who knows, maybe in the future I will have figured out the best Najeela deck ever, and might be doing a deck tech video about that specific one. However, if you do want to see some specific deck techs around the links in the tapped out pages I have been showing you in the description below, then just write that down in the comment. In any case, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.